Good morning, friends. How's it going? I hope everyone's doing good on this day. It is so rainy here in Colorado and it's like 39 degrees. I am loving every single second of it, but some of the things in the garden were just not going to survive. So I ended up going pretty early to go get a bunch of things. I have it right here. I'll get you turned around and show you what we found in the garden, but today is another day of preserving and harvesting. Lee's getting a move on that coop because it's raining. We don't want the wood to swell or anything like that. So I don't know, just a lot happening today. Some yummy recipes. Not sure what I'm going to title this video, but I love taking you along with me. So let me get you turned around and show you what I found in my garden. All right, so we did find this giant zucchini. I didn't even see it growing. Wilder actually found it, so we went ahead and grabbed that. And then we found 2 spaghetti squash. And then we found a yellow crooked neck squash. And I've been promising Y for weeks to pull a beet. So not grown fully, but we got some beets. We have 1 sweet pea. We have a bunch of pole beans, and then we also just grabbed all the tomatoes we could so we could have them ripen on the windowsill here. But I was just really concerned that they were not going to make it through the freezing temps. We went ahead and checked. Yeah, so we went ahead and checked on the ducks and the chicks. We were very concerned about their heat, and they're doing just fine. They're all cuddled up under their heat lamp. It was super cute. But yeah, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna make some bread. We are going to be doing the zucchini. We're gonna process that, the cabbage into some sauerkraut, and we need to chop a bunch of vegetables to freeze. Hey, bud. Can you say morning? Okay, can you say morning? First thing on the list is to wash everything. So I just have a teaspoon or 2 of vinegar in here, and I'm just rinsing everything off. Now, these peppers are from the farm stand in that $2 flat that I got last week. I am headed back there because I hear she has more. So I'm going to see what we can preserve for another $2. But onto the sauerkraut. This will take the longest because I'm doing it in the crock pot. Now, in my Grange cookbook, which is where I got this recipe, it says to raw pack these, cover them with water, a teaspoon of salt, and then water bath them for 3 hours, or you could pressure can them for 90 minutes or something like that. I'm not positive. Don't take that exact recipe and make it. Do it at your own risk at least. But what I did was cook my cabbage down because I want to use these in halushki. This is going to make 5 pints, and this cooks low and slow. I did end up adding some dill and 4 teaspoons of canning salt. So when I first started this, I ended up adding 3 cups of water, and then halfway through I added another 2, and then I also added a bit of vinegar. So this is me water bath canning. I water bath canned for 35 minutes on a roaring boil, and then I just let those glasses sit in there probably for another hour and a half or so, and then I took them out and they all popped. It is the next morning, and this is how our sauerkraut turned out. I went ahead and dated everything. It made 5 pint jars, so 1 head of cabbage made 5 pint jars. You could also add onion to this. I was thinking about that, but these are awesome. You can eat them alone because they're not too mild. They're not a ferment. It's a canned cabbage, or you could use them like we do. And look, there's a little smiley face. you could use them like we do and put them in halushki, which is just the cabbage base, noodles, and some butter, salt, and pepper. It's a very tasty Polish recipe that I really enjoy. So I am going to get these on the shelf and we are going to move on to the next item. I ended up taking the beans and just cutting the tips off and cutting them in half, and then the one pea that we had. I also ended up cutting up that beet and the beet greens. I'm going to put this all together in a freezer bag, and this will be a base for my bean soup. It's a take on my dad's soup, ham and bean soup. So you just add potatoes and veggie stock and this bag from the freezer and you will be good to go. So this is a perfect example of every bit counts, trying to use everything we can out in the garden. Hello everyone, Y and I are on a mission to get this amaranth harvested. So got our scissors, we're gonna cut down this stalk and show you how we do it. It's not too big of a harvest, but don't want it to go to waste. So we're gonna take you along today and show you how we do it. All right, here's the sad stalk. Not yet, buddy, not yet, buddy. We're gonna just cut this one down because it's fallen and it's a pretty, oh yeah, it's breaking my scissors. So that's gonna take a little bit more. But the rest of them here, you know, they still have some time. I'm gonna show you how I separate the seeds, and we're gonna try and use every bit that we can here. Y has got it. It's a strong kid bringing this amaranth through. And we are gonna harvest this as best as we can. Not gonna lie, he's gotten a hold of the seeds already, so we'll see how much we get. Okay, so we're under the sunflowers. Ideally, we would have harvested when this was still connected to the ground, so you can put your bowl right over this, and you'll see here, I have the tips of it. Again, this might be a small harvest, but it's good enough to show you how to do it. So I'm just clipping the leaves off of it, and then we will save those just like you can with spinach or kale, but we can blanch and freeze it. You could dehydrate and put into smoothies if you wanted to. I like it in more savory dishes, and the chickens and ducks like it. So they are safe to give to the chicks and ducks, right, buddy?
You're giving the leaves to the chicks and the ducks?
Yeah, in a little bit here. So let's see if we can do this all together. But basically, you just take it and just maneuver it in your hands like this, and then the seeds that drop are gonna be black, and then the flowers itself will be on top, and then you just slowly blow those away. So we'll see what happens here. I will show you the end result. So as you can see, this particular part of the amaranth, at least this plant, is just not mature enough to harvest. So I'm going to try some natural bath dyeing with these. I think it will be like a deep purple. So what you do is boil these down and you can use it for natural dyeing. So I think the kids will really enjoy that. But next time I get some seeds, I will show you. But the rest of this can still be used. So what we'll do is take these leaves and chop them up, and we will freeze them or give them to the chicks and ducks. So yay, nothing going to waste. We are gonna try our hand at some natural dyeing with amaranth. I've done it once, but I did it with amaranth that I didn't grow at home. So fingers crossed. Okay, so we have our amaranth. We had some boiling water here, and we're gonna pour in and allow that to soak probably overnight. It's already starting to pull that color out of there. Betty, you wanna find me a stick? I see one right there, thank you. So we'll just let that stir, and then we can use it sometime soon to make a fun little eco dye. I'll show you how to do that, right? Look at that beautiful purple, that deep red coming through. Wow, Super beautiful.
Mom, can I
This
stir
kind of
it?
makes me miss teaching a little
Mom,
bit.
can I do it?
Yeah, you can stir it. Good job, bud. Time slipped away from me a bit, but I am making my tomato sauce now. We had that zucchini that we diced up. I ended up just freezing those, and then I froze the rest of the peppers. I am absolutely loving doing all of my canning overnight and then just going ahead and preserving it the next morning. It's just so much easier. So what I did was put 6 cloves of garlic in there, 1 onion. I put a frozen bag of tomatoes that I have been collecting from the garden, and I put some bell pepper in there. And then I used the Mrs. Wage's seasoning just because I had it on hand. It's not necessary. And then I will can with basil. And then here's the amaranth. This is what it looks like right now. I think I am going to dye some natural wood with it and then wood burn some designs in it and list some earrings on my shop. If you're new here, I love to make different things and put them on my website, so go ahead and check it out. Right now I am going to check on the chicks and ducks. I turn these lights on quite frequently and I've never shown you. It's really beautiful out here in the fall, so here they are, but all of the chicks and ducks are inside for the night just because it's still getting chilly and those ducklings are still under 10 weeks, so we just want to make sure they can regulate their heat as best as possible, and we don't have the fencing in the chicken coop yet. So here are the ducks. They are getting gigantic. They are skittish around me still, but I'm making them love me. And then here are the chickens. They, always have loved me. I've never had a problem with them. This is Dolly. She's definitely the more dominant one. I am still thinking Dolly is a boy, so we shall see. But I am going to wrap it up for the night. I know this video was a little bit short, but I know y'all are busy. So join me this week. We are cooking, we are cleaning, preserving food, doing all of the Mountain Mama things. And I hope you are here to enjoy. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.